Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be doing a back to school makeup tutorial. This is not necessarily for the first day of school because I know some of you already started. It's basically just a look that you can wear to school if you know, you want something quick and easy but you still want to look done up. It's very natural and I tried to use as much drugstore products as I could. This is also part of a collab that I'm going to be doing with my friend Andrew and my friend Fanny, and I will have their YouTube names right here next to my face. I'll annotate them and then I'll have the links to their videos down below. Andrew's a guy and he's going to be doing like a guy version, and then Fanny is obviously a girl and she's going to be doing another girl version of back to school, kind of like getting ready with me videos. So I hope you guys enjoy my tutorial. If you want to see how to get this look, please keep on watching and I'm going to take pictures and post them at the end of the video. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your primer. I'm going to be using Too Faced Eyeshadow Insurance. I do not have a drugstore alternative for this just because I haven't tried any eye primers from the drugstore. So I can't recommend one, but I can tell you that this stuff is amazing. Even the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And if you do have a favorite drugstore primer, put it in the comments down below so I can check it out. A trio from Wet n Wild. This is what it looks like. It's called Walking on Eggshells. Basically 3 really natural colors, and these are the only eyeshadows we're going to be using in today's look. I'm going to go ahead with a flat shader brush and I'm going to take this color. It says Eyelid on it if you have it. If not, it's just like a light shimmery pinky champagne type color, and we're gonna go ahead and apply that on the lid. So just right on the lid. I'm not applying too much, I'm just kind of doing a sweep of color. With a fluffy brush, I'm going to be taking the color that says Crease, which is like this bronzy, it's this bronzy type of color. It has a little bit of shimmer in it. Actually, it's quite frosted, but when you apply it with the brush, it doesn't look super shimmery. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that right in my crease and blend that out. I don't want to have too much of a defined crease. I just want something to give a little bit of dimension to the look, so it's not just like, you know, a light color all over, which you could do, but let's add a little pizzazz to it, shall we? Highlight, I'm going to take the Brow Bone color. It says Brow Bone on it, and a flat shader brush. This one's a little bit bigger just because it covers more space, and I have a fairly larger under brow bone area. So I'm kind of just applying that right under and blending it out with the brush into the darker color, which is going to bring your darker color shade even more down so it won't be so dramatic. For eyeliner, I'm going to take a black. Now, I do have a favorite drugstore black liner, and it is the L'Oreal, I forget the name of it. It's like the super creamy one. It's not the L'Oreal Hip. It's L'Oreal something else. If I remember the name, or I'll look it up and I'll put an annotation somewhere in the video. But I'm going to be taking, this one that I'm using is the Smashbox Limitless Eyeliner in Onyx. So it's just a black eyeliner. So I'm gonna take this underneath and tight line the top of my eye. I just like using black up there because I feel like it looks it just gives more definition to your eyelashes, so that's why I like to use black down there. And then on the bottom I'm going to be using brown. You can use black if you want, but I want a softer look, so brown it will be. And this is the Nars Larger Than Life Longwear Eyeliner in Via Appia. You can use any brown. If you wanted to make this look really natural, you do not have to wear eyeliner on your waterline, but I just like it because it gives it a little bit more definition. I'm going to take a small shader brush like this one, super tiny, just to set my eyeliner with the color that I used in my crease. And I'm doing this because by setting your eyeliner, it is ensuring that it's going to stay put, and that to me is very important. As you can see, I did apply a little bit of eyeliner to the top part. I did not use liquid just because I wanted something a lot softer. So I'm going to be using my same black eyeliner that I use. This is very unlike me, but I actually like the way that it came out. It looks very soft and natural. So I'm going to go ahead and pull on my eye a little bit. I'm not tugging super crazy, just a little bit. And take the black and lightly drag it right on your top lash line. So very lightly. To ensure that that looks even softer, I just took a smudger, whatever you like to smudge with. This is what I use, like a flat liner brush. And I just took it and kind of ran it over the eyeliner. And that kind of softened it up a lot. This step is another step that's very optional. No way or shape or form do you have to do this. I just like giving my lashes more definition, and like I said in the beginning of this video, you could take things out to suit your grade level. This is kind of makeup that I would wear in college, so if you're in high school or middle school, you can skip the top liner to make it look more appropriate for your age. So now for mascara, I'm going to be using the Colossal, and this is from Maybelline. I don't really have an opinion on it yet because I just started using it recently. This is the waterproof version. The reason I'm using a waterproof mascara is because you want your mascara to last you all day long. And especially if you have after school activities or whatever, you want to ensure that it's going to stay on. And try not to get mascara on your eyes. And the final touch for my eyes is my eyebrows. I'm going to be using a clear mascara, and this is just a Sephora collection mascara. Natural is what it's called, or natural mascara. And I'm just going to run a little bit of this over my lashes just to keep them in place. I started doing this in college, so you don't have to do anything to your eyebrows at all if you don't want. But if you do have unruly eyebrows, or you know, you feel like they won't stay in place, or if you do penciling your eyebrows and you want them to last longer, I always recommend setting them with a gel, because it just, you know, keeps the product there and it holds it in place. So now I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out, and we're gonna do the rest of the face. Okay, so now for the rest of the face, I'm gonna start off by applying a lip balm just to hydrate my lips. Don't mind my EOS, it has been through some wars, but this is basically just an EOS lip balm. And I always apply this before my makeup to ensure that my lips are nice and hydrated and not chapped, and all of that great stuff. So your favorite chapstick is great. This can be purchased at the drugstore, so cool beans for that. For most of my face products, I'm not gonna lie, they're all pretty high-end, you know, can be purchased at Sephora. So for some of them, I do not have drugstore alternatives because I've always been a firm believer in spending more money on my face products. But you can use your favorite products or use something from the drugstore. For my primer, I'm going to be using Mister Mat by Givenchy. I am a firm believer in this stuff. I think it works really well at controlling oil. So if you have oily skin and you're in school and you don't want to look shiny, I recommend getting a no shine primer. I've heard the one from Revlon is really good, the Photo Ready. I haven't tried it, but I hear from a lot of my YouTube friends that it's a really good primer, so you can check that out or go to Sephora and get a sample, because I'm sure you're gonna love it if you have oily combination skin. Next, for my foundation, I'm just gonna use my Nars Sheer Glow. This is the Sheer Glow, and the reason I'm going to be using this is because it's a light foundation. I know it's medium coverage, but I apply it very sheerly on my skin, and it just gives me like a base that I need, kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but a little bit better. So you can obviously use your tinted moisturizer if that's what you like to use for every day, or a drugstore alternative that I find that's kind of close to the Nars Sheer Glow is like the Neutrogena Healthy Skin or the L'Oreal. It's the one in the True Match. That one is also very similar, just something thin in consistency. So I'm just going to take a pump of that on the back of my hand. The color that I'm using is Stromboli, which is a little yellow for me, but I make it work. So I'm using my Tarte, I don't even know what this brush is called. It came out with the Amazonian Clay foundation. And I'm just going to apply this onto my skin. I like using this big brush because it applies it very, like, all over very quickly. So it's really good if you're in a rush. And also it buffs it really well into the skin so it looks even more natural. Always make sure to bring it down to your neck if you're going to be using any face products, because that will ensure that you don't have like the line of demarcation. For concealer, I've never used any drugstore concealers, but I have heard that the Maybelline, the one that's with the doe foot applicator, 24-hour or something like that, is really good. I use 2 concealers, one for color correcting and one to blend it with the rest of my skin. So if you just want a quick concealer, get something that has a peachy undertone if you have blueness under the eyes, and then that will ensure that you cancel out that blueness. For my color correcting, I use my Benefit Erase Paste, and this is just a tiny one that came with a set, but this is the Erase Paste, and I use it in number 2, medium. And this is what the color looks like. So it's very peachy, if you could see it there. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my ring finger, and I just kind of concentrate it right in this inner corner. Used for concealer on the rest of my under eyes, I use the Makeup Forever Lift Concealer, and I use number 2 as well in this. And this also does have a little bit of a peachy tint to it, so I wouldn't necessarily have to use the Erase Paste if I didn't want to, but since it's a lot peachier than this, I like what it does for the color correcting. And then this one kind of just brightens and blends it all in with the rest of my face. I do have oily skin. I like to always set my face makeup, regardless of what it is, tinted moisturizer, foundation, whatever, with a powder. I prefer a translucent powder. I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD powder. That's what the top looks like. It just says Makeup Forever. You can use the Rimmel Stay Matte press powder, and that is a translucent, I'm pretty sure, powder to control oil. This isn't really meant to control oil, but it does for me. I'm not super oily. I'm just taking a powder brush. You can use any powder brush you want, and I concentrate it first on my T-zone and then bring it everywhere else. Next, I'm going to be applying some bronzer on my face, and I forgot my bronzer brush, so I'll be right back. Okay. So I really started getting into bronzer in high school. That's all I wore on my face. I didn't even know what tinted moisturizer was, and I didn't use foundation. And my first bronzer that I ever started using was Nars Laguna. As you can see, I hit pan on it quite a while ago, so I'm just trying to use it up, but that's what I'm going to be using as my bronzer, with just a fluffy bronzing brush, kind of like a kabuki style, and I just apply this to the perimeters of my face. I'm pretty sure in high school I applied it a little differently, probably like all over, just because this was the only thing I used on my face, but now I just apply it on the perimeters, bring it down my neck, and then whatever is left on my brush gets put in the center of the face. Blush. If you have naturally, I'm going to tell you this, if you have naturally rosy cheeks, which I kind of have, you can get away without wearing blush. I don't know if you guys can see because I'm losing the light here. It's getting quite dark outside. But I have naturally rosy cheeks. But I'm using this blush kind of as a blush and highlighter in one because it has shimmer, and the blush that I'm going to be using is Deep Throat by Nars, right there, and the back looks disgusting, but I don't know if you can see that, but it's called Deep Throat, and it's just a pinkier version of Orgasm, so you can use Orgasm if you have Orgasm. I just like this because it's a little bit more not as noticeable as Orgasm is, and it has like not such of a gold sheen, which sometimes I don't like for daytime. It has more of like silver shimmers in it. I'm going to be using my blush brush to apply this, and I'm just going to concentrate this on the back of my cheeks very lightly. That's why I'm holding it back here, because it applies it very lightly to the cheeks, and it will give you the highlighted look because of the shimmer. Now for my lips, I swore I brought something. Yes, it's a drugstore product, and it's one of the Revlon lip butters, and this one is in Creme Brulee, which is just a neutral color. And what I'm going to do is I still have lip balm on, so you can leave your lip balm on if that's all you want. I just like this because it adds a little bit of color to my lips. So I'm just going to kind of kiss off the lip balm and just apply this straight from the tube. If you feel like you need a little bit more pop of color, you can always do like a baby pink. You can always do a little bit more color on the lips. This is my back to school look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any question on any of the products that I use, anything that I mentioned, but yes, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to go check out Andrew and Fanny's videos. I'll have their videos linked down below. So remember, if you're a boy, go watch Andrew's video and he'll have tips on grooming 101 for back to school and how he gets ready. And then also go check out Fanny. She'll have another makeup tutorial. Thank you guys and have a great time going back to school. And yeah, so until my next video, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye guys.